Alright guys, in this video we are going to profile the Parachromis multifasciatus and the Amphilophus lionsi. So I did say I was going to do this video probably about a month ago, but we're going to do it today. We're going to do both of those species, so let's get right into it. Okay, so it's been a while since I showed you this pair of Parachromis multifasciatus. I think it's a good, probably 3 months ago. Now, that was a video that I intended on starting to do a profile on these going forward, but I just haven't got round to doing it. But they've grown really well. They're doing really well. I reckon the male's around about 5 inches, and I'm just throwing some Northin Bug Pro in here to try and entice the female out, which was hiding behind the sponge. The female's a lot less confident than the male. The male does chase her off sometimes. He doesn't give her an hard time, but he can, like any male American Cichlid, can be quite a little bit too much sometimes. And she just seems to want to hide behind that sponge. But here she is. She's just come out, and yeah, they're a cracking pair. They've come on a treat. I started off with 6 of these, which I bought from Wharf 9 months ago. They were only an inch, a little bit more, maybe an inch and a half in size. And these 2 paired off from those 6. So we haven't had any spawning action or anything at the moment. They're still relatively a young pair, although these Parachromis can breed from a small size. The silver dollars are in there with them. They're quite skitty, so I'm not sure actually whether they're actually doing a good job of being ditherfish or not, because they're more skittish than these 2. These are former Frederick Stellii, so they used to be Parachromis Frederick Stellii, and they're now classed as Parachromis multifasciatus. Absolutely beautiful colour. I mean, that male is a standout, and they feed really well as well. So I'm feeding them on an array of different foods, spread diet. They're getting everything they need, and yeah, it's just a matter of time till they do breed. So, you know what I mean? He's chased her a couple of times in this video. He does chase her off. He does chase her off more when they're feeding. So, but never too much. It's just she'll retreat, but if she wants to feed, she will come out and feed, if that makes sense. So yeah, they're coming on well. Like I said, I don't know if I said this before, I can't remember, but he's around about 5 inches, and she is a little bit smaller. Like I said, got them from Wharf, and it was a good 9 months ago. And this tank is the tank that I had built. So if you remember at Christmas, I had this tank built, and I had a couple of issues with it, which never got sorted out. But do you know what? It is what it is. It's holding water, and that's all that matters. So yeah, they're coming on a treat, and you know, it just got to give them a bit of time. If they do spawn, I will try and grow some out. I'll have a look at what they look like. But that's a bit of a project going forward. But like I said, those silver dollars, I'm not sure whether they are doing a good job or not. They are pretty skittish, but I tell you what they do. They're a very, very good clean-up crew. So they do a fantastic job of keeping this tank clean. And I do love the Parachromis species. I love the way that the good pairs. I think the Parachromis, I love the Parachromis, and I love the Amphilophus. Anyway, guys, I'm going to show you those Amphilophus lionsi now. So leading nicely into these. So this is the male. If you remember rightly, I got 2 of these from Wharf Aquatics a couple of months ago, and my friend Kev gave me a female. So I said at Christmas I was going to put them in this tank. I couldn't decide between these and the Briodori, but I decided on these. I put them in on my Christmas week when I was off, and I divided them. So I put the divider in the middle where that stone is, and I set the tank up as is right now. So I was more worried about him, because when you see the female in a minute, she's a lot bigger than him. I wanted him to suss out the hides. So there's a tube, like a log tube, and that terracotta pot, and he has learned to find them. So she does give him a little bit of gyp sometimes, and he just hides in those in one of those 2. He tends to go in the log, the fake log. Now, the tank is not big enough, so that is the risk factor in this situation. It's a 3 foot long by 15 inches wide by 20 inches high. At the moment, there's nothing I can do about it, so it just needs to work for me for a little while longer until I get the stands built. She's under there. She's under there. She stays under there a lot, but she will come out. She does come out in a minute. But yeah, I just need it to work for a couple more months, and then I can get them in a bigger tank. But so far, so good. I left the divider in for a good month, and then a few days ago, probably about 5 days ago now, I took the divider out. Now, I've got the divider there on hand if I need it, but he knows his hiding places. So she dominates the tank, so like he swims off when she comes out to feed, but she doesn't stop him from getting his feed, and she doesn't give him too much jip. So luckily, at the moment, fingers crossed, it is working. They are a stunning pair, the Amphilophus Lion site. They don't get as big as your Midas, as your Red Devil. I think the males top out on an average of 8 inches. So this is a American Cichlid that you can put in, a decent sized tank. So they're a good size. That male, I need to get it to grow, so we're gonna, I'm feeding these about 3 times a day at the moment, trying to get him a bit bigger to get him up to more the same size as her. But again, I'm not too bothered until we get them in that bigger tank. So keeping my eye on them. I have got Plan B, Plan C in action if I need it, but so far so good. And yeah, we'll see what happens with these fish. And big shout out to Kev for giving me his female lion side, so I ended up with the pair, so fair play to him for that too. But yeah, we'll do updates going forward on these, which are the Amphilophus lion side and the Parachromis multifasciatus, 2 pairs that I have wanted to own for a long time. These definitely were not impulse buys, and I'm so happy that I've got them. So that's the update, guys. We are going to wrap this video up now. Okay, so I hope you liked them. I hope you enjoyed that video, and it's probably the first time you've seen them proper for a while, and fingers crossed that them lion sight are okay in that tank. But honestly, guys, if they're not, I will change it up, no problem. Anyway, I want to say a massive, massive thank you for all the support you guys give me. It does mean a lot. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. All you've got to do is press the subscribe button and ping the bell for notifications. And I'm going to leave it there, guys, and I'll see you all on the next one.